Island, mudzimai anonzi Mary Robinson. Dzimwe nyika dzakanaka koma. You can actually meet with the former president. Muno muZimbabwe. Holding on to power is anti-Christian.
Oh, yes.
Holding on to power is anti-Christian. That's why I always say ZANU-PF is a cult.
Yes.
Because only a cult holds on to power. I was saying this the other day that there is no book which is more revolutionary than the Bible. Because in the Bible, you start off with Adam in Genesis chapter 2. And it's chapter 3, verse 12. Adam anobatwa Adam chiropakati. But you won't see Adam. You won't see Adam in the book of Revelation. You don't see Adam in the book of Revelations. Moses, you only see him in 3 books. The book of Exodus, the book of Numbers, the book of Deuteronomy. You don't see Moses in the book of Revelation. You see Daniel in the book of Daniel. Hosea in the book of Hosea. David, you see him in 2-3 books. The 2 books of Samuel, possibly Esther. But you don't see David. Maybe Maplasirama, but you don't know. But in Zimbabwe, it's ZANU-PF Zakazarurwa, ZANU-PF na Genesis, ZANU-PF na Korinte, ZANU-PF na Isaiah, ZANU-PF na Amos, ZANU-PF na prophets. Not my comrades. It's a cult. We're getting rid of this cult on the 30th of July 28. But they want to steal this election. So we say to His Excellency Kofi Annan, we want the ballot paper. We want to see where it's coming from. We want to see its chemical and physical composition. And we say this is a red line. They asked us to moderate our language, but I want to say this. This is a red line. Don't create chaos, don't create a war in this country by trying to force an election that is not an election at all. After all, the essence and ethos of the liberation struggle was one man, one vote. So why try to give a ghost to the fictions of people that support ZANU-PF? But the people are speaking. In the whole country, people want change. Yes. There's an opinion poll that has just been released by a South African think tank that is giving us 85%. Yes. And that's the truth. Monogarama communities. Do you know of a neighbor who vote for ZANU-PF? I don't. No. I don't. So who is going to vote for ZANU-PF? So you cannot steal this election. And if you can, and if in the unfortunate event that you steal this election, are we tongue? Yes. You won't govern this country. We say no. And that's not. And we are constitutional people. We are peaceful people. The Constitution allows us in Section 59 to demonstrate and demonstrate peacefully. That's what we are going to do. We're not inciting people. We are asking very simple things to our white friends in this country, ambassadors and so forth. Just know that we are not asking for anything that is not already happening in your country. Yes. There will never be an election in the United Kingdom unless parties are agreed on the ballot paper. There will never be an election in the United States of America unless parties are agreed on the voters register. Yes. There will not be an election in South Africa unless parties are agreed on the status of the ballot paper. Because you know our ballot paper has got 23 candidates. They've taken Mnangagwa, who is number 15, and put him Pamsora. But Mnangagwa's surname is not Amunangagwa. Or Chimnangagwa. He can't be on top there. But because they want to cheat, they've taken the number 15 and made him number 1. It's criminal. It's a fraud. And then there's this little girl called Chiguba. Give us a free and fair election. You're a judge, you're a respected person. Don't disrespect yourself, your family, and Zimbabweans. If you guys don't have nothing to hide on the ballot paper, give us the ballot paper. Yes. If you guys don't have nothing to hide on the voters roll, give us the voters. Yes. Are we asking for the earth? No. Are we asking for something complicated? No. We are not. We are not. We are not. We are not. We are not asking for something unique. We are asking for rudimentary things. When we spoke to Kofi Annan, he was shocked. But are those the real issues? And we said yes. And he shook his head. Because there can be issues in other countries. Yes. And there will not be issues in this election. So I hope The authors of war are not creating or setting the basis of another war in this country. ZANU ifoni yenyu amtizwa, dzima ifoni yenyu. ZANU is like a catfish. ZANU ninge muramba. And the catfish only hangs in muddy waters. A catfish only hangs in muddy waters. They are trying to make our country mud so that they can hunt. Because where there is clarity, they won't survive. You know, elections in most countries only have one thing that is uncertain, which is the outcome. People don't know who is going to win. So there's outcome uncertainty. But in Zimbabwe, we don't have outcome uncertainty. Chamisa is going to win. The MDC alliance is going to win. In Zimbabwe, we've got procedural uncertainty. The rules are bent. The rules are disobeyed. The rules are run over willy-nilly. We don't accept that. So ZANU-PF uses procedural uncertainty to create a predetermined election outcome. An outcome in their favor. So we pray the next week is going to be very critical. The next few days are going to be very critical. And we pray that our God makes the heart of Pharaoh open up. Moyo wa Pharaoh ngau vana veZimbabwe vapinde muKenani. Westaneta nokugara nokutapwa muIjipita utapwa weZANU-PF. Ndinokutendai hama dzinodikanwa. I thank you very much. God bless you. Zikomo kwambiri. Obrigado. Talumba loko. Siyabonga kakulu.
My apologies for coming late, but anyway, I was here the first person, but anyway, I had to rush out to go and sort out something. We are also having a meeting tomorrow at Zimfos. I had gone to sort out the permission with the owners of Zimfos, which has been secured anyway. So we thank God. 10 o'clock. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock to 12.
Second one.
Mandara.
Mandara, what time?
At 1.
The third one. The two you want.
There are only 2 tomorrow.
All right. So then those who want to come with me, can we go to Headcliff?
Chinja. Maitiro. Chinja. Yes, sir. There's something that the MP has said. I think you have heard enough of our pledge to Zimbabwe. Well spelled out by our honorable MP. Tazinzwa also the promise that we will say MDC alliance. What is it that we want to do for our people when we come Muswa 1 August? We also, honorable, would want to give all our municipalities the right to control the urban sprawl, which is not happening like I am saying now. Babatsangirai vakazoti vanhu ngatirege kungomira sehowa, but kwamusiri kutuka, but he was actually saying ngativei necontrol and development mechanism. Muno mu Greendale, I am one of those people, the only area which has come up with a development plan, which is called the local plan 56. Yakavumidza what the MDC Alliance Manifesto is saying. To think vertical, no longer thinking horizontal. Mwana wa muZimbabwe kunyanya honorable tinonyanya kuda minda yakakura stere. Panapo for 7,000 square meters and what have you. We are saying land is one thing that cannot multiply. But tiri kuramba ichitodzoka ichipera. But vanhu tiri kuramba tichiwedzera. So how do we cater for the increase in population in Zimbabwe? We must think vertical. Tafanwa kuvaka story buildings, flats, so as to give shelter to more people. That's what the MDC Alliance Manifesto is saying. I would not want to waste your time because I came in late. But there's one thing that I would not leave the podium without saying. What is it that we are going to see in the ballot? We are going to see our symbol, which is an open palm with the face of our president inside. It is one of the most handsome. You can't miss it. From the president to the councillor, the symbol is the same.
Is the councillor handsome?
My zero.
Yes, sir. The handsome is there on prorata. The best is on top, going down.
And this one is not handsome.
My zero. Yes, sir. So the symbol is an open palm with the face of our president inside. And our party is MDC Alliance. So that is what you are going to see in the ballot. This is the current shona. Symbol yedu ruoko rwakavhurika serwangu. Mukati mune chiso chapresident wedu anonzi Nelson Chamisa. Zita rebato redu rinonzi MDC Alliance. Wovhota ipapo. President candidate wedu ndine advocate Nelson Chamisa. MP wedu advocate Hon Tendai Biti. Councillor wedu Musarurwa Stuart Mtisi. Tapedza mwadi 9. Chinja.
Maitiro.
Chinja. Yezoko. Toda kudya uchi munyika yeZimbabwe. Because this is the only jewel of Africa. And we can actually restore it by voting for Advocate Nelson Chamisa to be the next president of Zimbabwe come 30 July 2018. And I would maybe request that you were given the pledge from us. We are also supposed to be receiving a pledge from our people around this constituency. What is it that we are going to do on the 30th of July? In Rupani, in Mzarabani, they have said Chamisa Chete Chete. What are we saying in Harare East?
Chamisa Chete Chete.
So, Honorable, the words to our dear President, Harare East is saying Chamisa Chete Chete and his team. Chinja. Maitiro. Chinja. Yes, Oko. Panechinu, Honorable, you don't have to be surprised why Mnangagwa did not say sorry to Zimbabwe. There's only one missing thing that is there in Zambia. There is no love. A person without love cannot say sorry. Because he sees no value in saying sorry. So ngatirege mshamsika. Ndosaka tiri kuti let us vote vanhu vanotya Mwari, vanhu vane rudo, led by our advocate Nelson Chamisa. Chinja. Maitiro. Yes, Oko. Now, without wasting your time, I would want to give our other candidate who is here, Keith Charumbira, for Ward 8, to give us the vote of thanks. Thank
you. Good evening, colleagues. It is a very good evening. I want to thank you very much for managing to have your time attending to this meeting, in which you actually understand that this was a call by the incoming leadership of the incoming government, which is the government to be led by none other than Advocate Nelson Chamisa, who is coming in as the new president and the young president in Zimbabwe come 1 August 2018. I don't want to talk much, but to thank the Honorable MP very much for unpacking the smart document, which is key important when we are going for election. That really shows that MDC is not just calling people to go and vote for it as an MDC alliance alone, but it's educating people about why we should vote MDC. about why we are saying some PF is now a thing of the past and we cannot afford to continuously being led by ZANU-PF from local, parliamentary, and national level, which is the presidential level. So I want to thank you very much for your time. I understand there are other colleagues who might be from other constituencies, but living here but voting in other constituencies. Let us try to mobilize, let's invest even the social media and ensure that we market the brand and dislodge this regime that put us to such mercy and such suffering. I would want just to say out 3-4 things under the local governance banner, which is being represented by my fellow comrade here, Councillor Mtizo of Ward 9, which is one thing. Since he is a sitting councillor, I think it's very important in my closing remarks to mention that. One thing is more about infrastructure development. I want to alert to you to know that infrastructure development currently, our sitting councillors, they are trying to develop and manage this seat from the money that comes from you, ratepayers and residents. The little money that you are paying is the money that is doing everything. Let's look before that World Bank finalized the last project of World Bank was the suburbs of Udiniro, Glenview, and so forth. Infrastructure was done by World Bank and other investment companies. You get the point. So some PF Yakauraya, they say, then the local authorities are struggling on themselves, so that you understand the challenges that our sitting councillors are currently facing. You have to understand that again, in terms of road infrastructure, water infrastructure, everything, it was done by such like World Bank. Then issue of service delivery. There is no decentralization of service delivery that is proper. There is no decentralization of finances. There is no 35% from the constitution, which we agreed during the inclusive government. Then they rejected to ensure that that money from the national coffers zaenda kundosapota local authorities. So zviri kustraina imimi as residents zvinozoita development isaoneka. Pane nyaya ye-community engagement. Some PF haitodi zvokuengage vanhu. It will only want to rob people when it comes in form of engagement. It will be wanting you to just endorse what is their plan in terms of looting the resources of this country. You get the point. Policy formulation, there are so many policies that are councillors. There is no devolution. My powers are actually centered on a minister. Has it devolved? At the same time, my resources are I want you to get to know the land barons that are councillor here. Land barons, it was ZANU-PF's project. Itora land. You change this after land. One is land barons years and years up to now. Some doesn't even have child deeds in some areas where they are living right now. You get the point. Then who is the land barons? They are colleagues from ZANU-PF in disrupting Machurama policy. Happy? Yes. So there is need a policy formulation. But you know, my councillors are going to asma bylaws are kuweka. There are statutory instruments that are currently local governance here, which is hindering progress to current council. So I took to Panupinda, Rumente, that means to say some of these challenges are going to flew on to council. Remember, these are national issues that will be highly resolved. Now, Nelson Chamisa. So we are saying engagement of all stakeholders is very key in each and every community when we want to run a proper council, when we want to develop our communities. Your voices are important. So go and cast your vote on Nelson Chamisa. Cast your vote on Leader Tendai Biti SMP. Cast your vote on our Stuart Mtizwa as our councillor. Then encourage others from other areas to vote for MDC Alliance candidate. I want to thank you very much. Let us have a very good time as we progress our elections.
Chinja, Maitiro, yes, Oko. We always end our meetings in prayer because we are God fearing. Can I, yeah? Chinja, Maitiro, yes, Oko. Sorry, I was putting the Dudago General to Musa Tauri. right, Chinja. Maitiro. Yes, Ogo. Right, I think I'll allow you, if you've got a life-threatening question. Yes. Come on.
Chinja. Isusu manje kuti netsa manje kuti vanhu vakati sizanu pia fa kutaura chinhu wanda. Chikunye. Chikuti hanzi Joshua. Akasirwa naMoses. Moses ari mupenyu. No. Moses akafa.
Right. My dear. I think Mangwana, my t-shirt, Chinja, Maitiro, yes, Oko. We always avoid Twitter, says I'm just my t-shirt. We always want to go on my t-shirt, say, lose the order. All right, I think Kanachina Tapeza Punamataka. Vanhu vepanapa chete kwete vauya vamuzokubva kunze vepanapa toverengana kuti vangani. I'll deal with you. Chinja, Maitiro, yes one. Okay. Ndatiyo muno muGreendale tiri kusara tiri muno muvanhu vari kubuda vese vachienda toona kuti tiri vangani muno. I'll deal with you. Chinja, Maitiro, yes oko. Right, tikaona munhu anotipa munamata.
Ngakutendai Mwari nenguva yatanga tinayo pano. Baba chinovarirwa zvinochiziva. Baba tiri kunamata kuti musi wa30 ive history yatichataura mukati muupenyu hwedu. Nokuti munenge matiitira zvakanaka. Baba wangu tiri kuramba kutongwa nevanhu vakasviba maoko avo. Toda kutenda Mwari matipa vanhu vane vision nesu. Chingozoramba mutsvene wakarurama kana vakutonga nyika ino varambe vakadaro. Baba wangu tiri kunamata mutsvene wakarurama tasafa zvakwana. Ropa rakadeuka pamuchinjikwa takumira kuti tive vana venyu. Baba chitikundisai taramba kuvhundudzwa newakaipa haana simba nezita raJesu. Baba wangu tiri kunamata mutsvene wakarurama kuti zviratidzei. Gungwa rasimudza mafungu makasvika mukati beast gungwa rikanyarara. Zimbabwe inoda imi. Taurai kuupenyu hwedu musi wa30. Takutendai musara Baba, Mwanakomana, Mweya Mutsvene. Amen.
Amen.